everybody, welcome back to Dragon Warriors. We have...
Warriors? Multiple warriors.
Yeah.
We are your warrior hosts.
We've just got all our powers back from this strange, pulsing yellow orb.
Can I just say something too, that I realized, we have our intro that rolls in and it says our names. One of us is Jacob and one of us is Joe.
Uh-huh.
But why not, make episode 47 or whatever of Dragon Warrior be the one where I actually say which one I am and which one you are, because that might be confusing for people. So I am Joe. Anyway.
Completely defeating the purpose immediately. Okay, suddenly you hear the voice of the High Priest Fosse.
Wonderful. Your power is returned. Take the passage to the left. I will give you in my purse.
What a long trip! Carrie, if you hadn't been fooled by that imposter, we never would have been dragged into this mess in the first place.
Maribel, it's drug into this mess. Thank you.
I'm actually not sure.
I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Come on, you monsters. Let's have it out.
I got my powers back.
I can now howl again. So now we're just done here, right?
So Goppa's gonna go berserker mode.
Outside? Outside?
Is there anything else to explore?
Gobble, outside? Gobble, outside? I don't think so.
There's no more...
Just a door?
Oh.
Good thing you brought that up.
Okay.
I would have cast outside and we would have never made it to here.
Okay. This looks puzzly to me.
Puzzling.
Okay, if I had to guess, we probably can't go back through the door that we went through.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite. Oh.
Balls. Oh.
Tick, 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 tick.
That's how that song goes.
Oh, thank you, Maribel, for casting sleep. So worth it. I always hate status element spells in games. It's I never bother with casting poison or blind or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could design a game where that was necessary. It's just so often in the games where, especially in Dragon Warrior is an offender in this way. Most enemies are immune to status elements, so it's not even worth it to try. I mean, I guess with the exception of things like sap, that drains their defense.
Oh, true. That can be useful.
But I've never found it useful to poison an enemy. It's okay, let's do this and then wait forever for the enemy to actually be slightly hurt by this spell.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that not never. In Sekiro, I once cheesed an enemy by luring them into a swamp and letting the swamp slowly kill them for 15 minutes.
Yeah, so unless you're including cheese strats.
Yeah.
And you know what? I the first time I played Final Fantasy VI, which was the PlayStation 1 version, and actually, you can do this on the Super Nintendo version too, I think. Because I think I did it when I was playing on the Super Nintendo Classic. You can cast Vanish. Yeah,
turning enemies invisible, which makes them have no spell immunities.
No.
So
you would normally only cast Vanish on yourself because it makes you harder to hit, but you can cast it on an enemy.
Which means they can't dodge spells, which means if you cast a Death on them after you've cast Vanish on them, they insta-die.
You're actually casting X-Zone or something on them.
Or, I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah. It is different from Death though, and mechanically, and I think how Death works in Final Fantasy VI, but X-Zone, you're sending them to another dimension.
Right, but you win the battle.
Yeah, and you get the experience.
Yes.
And you can cheese things. And I love cheesing things. Feels good to be getting a lot of experience and gaining some levels.
Getting some dung.
Getting dung, huh? Getting tongue, hun. Okay, is that it? Is that all we gotta worry about?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. I had found the way out. A way out. But I just wanted to get exploring first. See those mantis-y guys? They're very cute, Joe. They got like little pecs.
I don't know.
Just like from their bulging interior muscles. Do bugs have like muscles? Or are they just goop inside?
No, I mean they would have to move themselves around. It's just on the inside of their exoskeleton.
Yeah, so they're just goopy.
So, but it's not around a skeleton like ours. It's the skeleton's on the outside.
It's just like weird goopy muscles.
I mean, I imagine if it's not strictly like a vertebrate.
Are we boned? Are we stuck in here?
Okay.
Are we just like boned? Okay.
Thank God. Okay. What the hell was I saying?
Something really important about bugs.
I mean, I know very, very little about entomology, but I suspect that, similar principles apply.
What? That's locked? Why is that one locked? Come on. Give me a break.
Are we sure it's locked?
Yeah, it was.
Huh. I mean, it's got to be, you have to have some sort of tissue that, constricts based on, they breathe oxygen.
The oxygen?
They need to have oxygen to their extremities. So it's probably, a similar sort of setup that we have.
Are humans more advanced animals than a bug?
No, not necessarily. Like, that's...
Because, so like this is something that was in my science class on Monday. Was like the professor's like, yo, okay, he doesn't say yo, but I say yo, so just bear with me.
Okay.
He's like, yo, like name like a really simple animal. And someone says a squirrel. And he goes, no, that's actually an advanced animal, like something like a simple animal. And then people are like, I don't know. And then like he's like, okay, like what I'm looking for is like a bug. So now let's go a little bit more advanced animal. What's a more advanced animal?
I think like you have, bias in science where that whatever humans are.
Well,
are
and
just,
so like the whole thing was like progressing up to, so that it was like a bug, to a fish, to a frog, to a, like a snake, to a bird, to a squirrel. To a human?
That's really dumb.
Why can't I go in there?
Yeah, that's just bias.
Well, to me, I just thought it was like dumb. It was like because he's like we're working our way up to human as like
like humans is
the
the pinnacle of evolution. Yeah, and that's
Ooh,
absurd.
that's a spicy chili pepper. And the frame rate.
Yeah, I don't think biologists use that kind of terminology anymore. For that very reason, it's just unscientific.
Mm-hmm. Well, because like his whole thing about like why a snake is more advanced than a frog is because it can actually be on land.
But yeah, that's an arbitrary distinction. Like that, it's an amniote. That's like that doesn't. But that's because humans are amniotes. It's like, therefore, the closer an organism is related to humans, it's more advanced. or like biologically like humans, it's therefore more advanced.
This
and that's
frame rate, Jesus Christ.
that's an arbitrary metric, not based on anything other than that's what we are, therefore the best.
Yeah.
And that
humans are the best animals.
but you see it in like gender bias or race bias in science as well, and good science tries to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, I just was like, just because I know you're like a biologist by trade. I just wanted to get your take.
How often are you going to say that I am a scientist of one stripe or another?
Until you go back and change your degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, change them. I'll swap them back.
Yeah, you can just, it's like going to the Dharma temple and changing job classes. You just go and you say, hey, can I swap my art degree for a science degree? And they're like, yeah, sure. Here you go. I don't want to be an artist anymore. I want to be a scientist. Heal up. 3080. 3080.
Generally, biologists prefer, I think, the terminology basal and derived to talk about species and their relationship to each other. So basal would be
like basil, like the herb.
No, like toward the base of a certain like family of organisms. So, like you would consider
like a nematode.
No, well, yes. Well, a nematode would be very basal animal. But like, for instance, like a lot of people would think of chimpanzees as being more archaic than modern humans. And that's not the case at all. But they are, you probably consider them more basal to great apes. Is that their morphology is more like the common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees.
They've gone through like
it's
less
more basal.
Well, mutations or something.
There's been plenty of those, but like phenologically, not genealogic. Like not their genes are different, but their phenotype.
Like how they look.
The way that they behave, and they're more toward the base.
Yeah, phenotype is how the gene is expressed, right?
Right. So how it looks on the outside.
Yeah.
So you would probably say a chimpanzee is more basal, and humans with like a bunch of like weird little changes are more derived, a great ape.
But like compared to like the thing that was like just sort of weird to me about that discussion in science was like comparing like a bird, acting like birds are less like advanced than like a mammal. Like it's not like, it's like painting it in like this linear track. Like, well, in evolution, you started at an ant, and then that built up to birds, which then led into chimpanzees, which led into the supreme human. Like, right. To me, it's like, no, like humans aren't evolved from birds. It was like just different like branches.
But I think people who would argue that birds, despite descending from diapsids, like reptiles, they by virtue of being warm-blooded are a more advanced animal than other diapsids, and that's just not the case. Those are just two different evolutionary coping mechanisms. That's whereas you could, it's cold-bloodedness is obviously basal, for vertebrates. So, you could say one is more basal, and then warm-bloodedness is derived.
Well, maybe he was trying to get at that in like a weird way.
I'm just gonna guess this guy sounds kind of dumb. Not that I'm not kind of dumb, but
yeah,
this guy seems maybe extra dumb. Chain bee.
So a chain bee is better for Maribel. It's just hard to know. Like, This evade armor's really good for Maribel. It's 11 better.
Where in the hell are we, by the way? We're in like a fucking coliseum now?
Yeah.
We're talking to a dude at a shop, and there's like a big scary dragon right behind Gabo.
It's been a weird... Hey.
Yeah, I got real distracted.
Buy a tray shield?
I got real distracted talking about animals.
Tray shield's good, you know, like, I should buy some stuff. Maybe an evade armor and a chain.
That is pretty good for Maribel.
The chain or the evade or both?
I think let's worry about defense. Oh shoot, we don't have magic.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got a pack.
Oh, that's right. Okay, then let's go defense for Maribel especially, because I think she'll be leaning on her magic.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, please. Oh, let's remember to put all those herbs back in there.
Okay, and then, well, she doesn't need them, Joe. She has heal. We got our magic back, bud.
I know, but you know, just in case that runs out. Okay.
Tray shield.
Do
6
it.
better.
Do
1,000.
Yes. Pull the trigger.
Pull the tray shield trigger. And I have a bunch of stuff I could sell. It's weird that tray shield that like brought up her style. Because like evade armor is also better for Gabo, and then chain whip. I don't know. Would it be worth selling anything or just?
We'd probably have quite a bit of shit to sell.
I know, but like, is it better just to wait and like till the next town to sell it? Because I don't want to sell all our stuff and get like, oh, we have 10,000 gold, and then we die and then lose half of it. You know, it's like Sekiro money in pouches right now. It's like saved.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's roll the dice here. See if we can swing it.
Tidy item.
Tidy items in my bag.
This is like just part of like the maintenance of playing these games. You just have to like sometimes. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I don't need that in Carrie's inventory. Okay. So because Joe wants it so bad.
If I remember right, the wizard ring, doesn't it heal your MP, right? If you use it in battle?
Yeah.
Should somebody have that on their person?
I think they break.
Do they?
Oh,
is that right?
Herbs. I think like you can use them like 7 times or something, and then they break. It just seems like in Dragon Warrior games, a lot of times things like that will eventually break.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. Could. I think there'll probably be a in. I guess we could throw that thing in just in case. Potion. That's also MP.
World Leaf.
Mila drug? What the F is that? Fortune teller drug. Creepy.
Is that something you take that tells you how close you are to a level up? Oh, no. We got that from,
it's a story item.
Yeah. From, what's her face? Pamela.
Anderson?
That's her name. What's the scary dragon say?
Welcome to the arena, human.
This is, by the way, a really long chapter.
Yeah, it is.
Kasim?
Oh, it is.
It is. Damn monsters! Look at what they've done to the Fane! And here I thought we'd be back in Dharma once we left the cave. Yeah, baby. 50 gold. Stealing money from the nun.
I bet that she's a safe spot.
Probably.
Yay!
Welcome to our temple, lost child. Yes, we'll save it, child. Child. I know it's always sort of a waste to save it during an episode because people are like, well, you're wasting my valuable time. My time is being wasted right now.
Yeah, then why are you watching a Let's Play? Oh, snap.
I watch Let's Plays.
I just burned our audience so hard right now.
I like to put on Let's Plays and like just listen to them while falling asleep or like taking a shower. You know, like you just like something to listen to.
Oh, it's that guy. Who was that guy?
You.
Oh,
Victor.
Oh, long time no see. I remember you well. You were in the town when I went soul harvesting. Remember that kid whose soul I didn't completely shatter? Well, his sister's trying to exact revenge on me now in the arena. How could a sickly young girl like her ever defeat me?
Wow, that's cool dude.
That man, I remember him all too well. He is the warrior who caused all that trouble in the town at the foot of the mountains.
It's no use. I just can't remember that warrior.
you gotta remember the giant pinky guy?
Who killed all those people right in front of your eyes? Go.
That warrior's swordsmanship is truly wonderful to watch. No wonder he is able to escape from Suifu.
It is pretty cool, like, we saw this guy right at the beginning of this chapter saying, hey, I'm gonna head over to Dharma, and then like you see, like he's following you along the way, or you're following him.
It's his story arc.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all about him.
He's got the most interesting story. Scale armor. Joe, what do you think? Could you? Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I'll just step right out and keep exploring. I've got to win. I have to get out of this place. Oh, I'm worried sick about my wife and kids. Huh. A dirt patch? Could you build this place in builders, you think?
Dirt patch.
Dirt patch. What is this dirt? I guess it's for fighting, huh? Like sparring. Yeah. Well, should we go talk to Zaji and Neris on the next episode?
I think we should.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.